this video we'll see our brand new character Petrus Taurus. So to open it, go through the welcome window or through the help menu, get this character folder and open it from here. So let's dig into it and see what's really cool with this character. So first of all, it's not a biped, of course, it's a quadruped and it's a bit more complex to understand how to make move this guy. So here you have 4 reverse foots. So it's not akeytsu. You can have akeytsu if you want, but it's better to have reverse foots if you need to place your foot somewhere on surfaces. And to manipulate easily the leg and adjust the wall movement, we've added a specific not a specific joint, but we've made a specific skinning for the leg. So here, it's the clavicle joint. Okay, so if I move this guy, I can move it since it's not part of the reverse foot leg. Which means that if I turn the reverse foot in white, okay, we'll have a pure FK behavior, but if I turn it in red, I can adjust the shoulder to make this kind of movement, which is really, really important when you make a quadruped movement. Also, you have some joints for the other parts of the character. You can move his little finger here if you want. Like so, it's really cool if you need to move and add some subtle motion to it. You have also joints for the tail and for the belly and some little movement on the chest, like here. You can also use the mouse if you need to open it because you want to have a creepier character. You can scale it if you want. Okay. So this can open a wide variety of expressions. You can move the eyes, open or close the eyelids, like so. You can also see how the skinning can work with a quite complex topology. So here you have a rock formation over the top of the character, and the skinning follows perfectly the whole body. This is made by using the copy-paste function of akeytsu. So I encourage you to take a look at this section of the tutorials, which is really, really, really helpful when you are diving into complex skinning tasks. And then a really, really cool thing in this file is that you have a camera. The camera can be used to frame your character not from every angle, but for a particular dramatic angle. It's really cool to use if you need, for example, to have, let's say, up this kind of framing. Or maybe you want to have something really close, like this. Again, for the camera, you have some really interesting stuff here. So you have a multiple layer setup. This multiple layer setup allows you to have a shake camera. Each time the character will hit the ground, it's handled by the camera, so you can really feel the weight of the character. If I disable it, then the character looks less heavy. If I turn it at max, it looks too odd. So really play with this one. You have also a handle imperfection. This simply allows you to have a more natural movement. If I don't have it, the camera simply stays in place and don't move at all, and it's simply weird. So just add a subtle movement as if you were holding your camera with a subtle compensation, and it will give your camera more life. Okay, so now let's just review how this animation is made. So first of all, I will hide the camera. So right click on it and hide hierarchy. Then I will display joints. Okay, and first of all, you can notice that I don't have the root visible, so you can display it back if you want. But when working with joints everywhere like so, and of course a root that does not move at all, it's better to hide this. This walk works mostly on 5 keyframes, which are these. Okay, and thanks to the cycle maker, these frames are simply a clone mirrored of the first 5 keyframes. So really stay focused on the first keyframes, make a good move, okay? And once you're happy with this, you can use the cycle maker to preview your movement and keep on going like this. A cool trick that I've used to animate this character was to, instead of using the loop key here, so if I select half of my keyframes, I delete them, I've got basic workflow for making a cycle, but when you work with this much joints and you want to make in-betweens easier, the best is to copy the first pose, remove the loop, and instead create a key as the pose and mirror the pose. So you will have something that creates good in-betweens from the first key to the last key. So let's say I delete all these keys. I already have something to work with. And you can create in between, choose to move your legs on another position, and it's way easier to work like this if you find yourself lost with a lot of controls. Then a good thing to keep track is the spine, so how it evolves. Like for a human, it's good to have opposite direction for the pelvis and the shoulder block. But more importantly, here you have a tail, a big neck plus head block. So you kind of have to look for a snake movement. The more you will have a really snake move, the more you will feel your character is really fluid and not super heavy like this one. So something to play with, more or less. Then something really important also is how each part inherits from their parents. So here it's not like with a human, since a human only moves on foot, then pelvis, and then the arms just inherits from the torso, of course, but they don't push somewhere, so they don't have most of the time a reaction to compensate. But here you have to hit the ground with the front arms, and this will work if the parents have a good movement. So if the pelvis is well done, then the spine can start with a good foundation. And it has to be well done as well if you want to have a good spine 2, spine 3, spine 4, etc., etc. So if your movement looks bad at first, look for the first parent of the hierarchy, which is the pelvis here. And then move up. Last point is how you can control the front leg to have this nice rotating movement while it's in red. Since the clavicle is not part of this hierarchy, you can easily grab it and move it around without affecting the position of your foot. So that's it for this file. I hope you've learned a few things, and see you next time. Bye bye.